What's up everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about why I think the VeVe market is going to continue to decline. Let's get into this. Now first things first, anybody that tells you they know what's going to happen with the market and with markets in general, you should not be listening to them. These are just my thoughts and my opinions in this video. You do not need to listen to it, and the only reason why I'm putting this out there is because I want to get market sentiment. I want to know what you're thinking in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this video and what you agree with, disagree with, and what you think is going to happen coming up to MTL for VeVe as well as beyond that. Now there's two reasons why I think that the VeVe market is going to continue to decline in the short term here, and it's also the reason why I've sold 75% of my collectibles in VeVe right now and I'm just sitting on gems. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of two reasons. One is because of the market in general and what we're going through in the world right now, and two is MTL for VeVe. And we're going to start with the first one here and just talking about how the stock market is stagnant, continuing to decline. It has its ups and downs, as well as cryptocurrencies, NFTs in general, and the rising cost of living in general, gas prices increasing, the inflation rate continuing to go up. Everything like this is having me think about this short term here and for the remainder of the year, and what might happen for us to get out of this situation and to get into better times right now. But to be honest, the more I look at it, the more I see that we're in for months of some difficulty here dealing with this rising cost of living, and all of this is going to add up in less spending, less investing, and more saving, cutting back expenses, which causes less money to flow into something as speculative as VeVe. Now in previous videos I struggled with the idea of MTL coming and whether or not that's going to affect the VeVe market in a positive way or in a negative way. And to be honest, with it coming during a time like this, I think it will have a negative effect for the short term, because I do believe people will be flowing out of VeVe with the money that they're going to be able to withdraw, and not a lot of money will be flowing in to be able to match that, at least for the short term, because of VeVe being that speculative investment and less money being spent in general, especially on speculative investments. I think VeVe will suffer for the short term if MTL comes out this month, and if MTL gets rolled out while we're still struggling with this cost of living inflation. Just if we were going to pick on rising gas prices, this affects so many different industries, some industries in which I'm a part of as well, and just spending in general, going away on weekends and local travel, everything like this, travel in general is all going to be affected by these gas prices, and this lack of spending will have impacts on economies and will also have impacts on families wanting to save in order to prepare for the worst or just prepare for a recession in general. If employment continues to remain stagnant or even decline in some cases, this is also going to have an effect on disposable income, on income that can be put into investments and speculative investments. And I just don't see us being able to get out of this rising cost of living and inflation and all of this contributing to a recession in general for the short term, for maybe even the remainder of the year, which will cause money flowing into VeVe to diminish, to decline. And with MTL coming at the same time, more money, much more money will be flowing out of VeVe than in. Now, if MTL was released during a time when markets were rising, when VeVe prices were skyrocketing, this would have been a good time for it, because people, yes, would have been withdrawing, but also people would be speculating on VeVe and seeing the money that people are making in VeVe, and more money would be flowing into VeVe for that reason. But because we're not getting it during this bull market, we're getting it perhaps during this bear market, market, I think we'll see a massive outflow of gems and not so much an inflow of gems until things get better in the world. So I believe I just covered my 2 points there. I don't know much more that I want to discuss here, but I did want to open this for discussion and to talk to you about my thoughts, my opinions. This is why I have sold 75% of my collectibles on VeVe and just sitting on gems at the moment, because I do not feel we have seen the bottom yet, and I could be completely wrong with this, but everything that I see going on right now just leads me to think that these prices on the VeVe market are going to continue to decline. What would have to happen for these prices to increase would be a massive inflow of new users purchasing gems and new gems in the store, as well as MTL being rolled out and us seeing an inflow of users because of that and an inflow of gems because of that. But the more I think about it, the more I think how unlikely that would be, in my opinion, and how more likely it would be that there would be an outflow of gems because of MTL. Now that is just for the short term. This is not a long-term prediction. I do feel for the months coming ahead and maybe for the remainder of the year, we could see a stagnant or even declining VeVe market here. But that's not taking into consideration any major announcements that VeVe may have coming up, or even major brands drops that will take place that will cause an inflow of users, much like we saw with the golden moments back in November. So there's obviously many variables that I'm not discussing here, and I'd love to have this discussion further with you if you'd be interested, just to be able to get some market sentiment, see what other people are thinking right now, and to see your game plans. As always, I'm bullish on VeVe in the long term. This is why I'm still on VeVe. This is why I continue to add gems at this time, because this is the time that I'm going to be sitting on a lot of gems to be able to make a lot of moves and to capitalize on these prices that are in the market. Eventually, leading up to MTL, I will be dollar cost averaging into collectibles to be able to capitalize on the situation that we have currently in the VeVe market. Let me know your thoughts, your comments in the comment section below. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? What are you doing? Leave it all in the comment section below. Like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.